Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. Welcome back to some more Empire Total War Darthmod. We're playing as Great Britain, so let's start things off. In today's episode, we're currently besieging Norway. Now, I have skipped a fair few turns ahead, and well, not that many, but during the end turn phase, a really interesting development came up. So I was playing, obviously, did a couple of turns off camera, micromanaging, you know, the stuff, and then I saw that Norway became a faction, and I was just thinking, hang on, okay, a new faction arises. That's quite cool. So they actually broke apart from Denmark, who actually have how big is Denmark at the moment? They obviously have Denmark itself and Iceland, the island of Zealand, the capital Copenhagen. Now, I saw that Norway became a faction. They rebelled. So I thought, okay, I'll quickly have a look. Now, when they're a newly formed faction, they have no allies. They're not at war with anyone, they've got no trade partners. So I was like, hang on a minute, how about I try to make them my protectorate? So I obviously offered it. I will offer it again. And I thought, why not? Let's actually attack them. Let's take their settlement. It's not very often that basically a faction arises in Europe and you can take their settlement. So Norway is going to be a huge chunk of land in Scandinavia. And it should be absolutely fantastic. So I actually had these are my two best armies, the Scottish and the Irish regiment sort of one. I had it down here because I was about to push upon Koreska. That was going to be the battle of today's part, but then that popped up and I quickly sailed all the way back around. So we're going to be fighting the Battle of Norway in today's episode. So just to quickly recap what's happening in Europe, some interesting smaller developments. The Dutch have taken Cologne in Rhineland, Stuttgart, and obviously they have Amsterdam, so they've got a nice little war going on here. Russia is pushing quite heavily into Poland and Lithuania, taking Warsaw and Poland in this territory here. So it's going to be very interesting to see if it becomes between like a west and the east sort of thing. Now, a huge development in my opinion, and I'm really delighted to announce that the United States have officially got a region in Europe. They've taken Tunisia, and they've taken it off the Barbary States. Algiers and Tripoli still remain, so I might want to try and gobble them up. But the United States are in Europe. How fantastic is that? Now, there is a huge fleet somewhere. Where was it? I don't think I can see it anymore, but there was a full stack of United States here. Now, relationships-wise, with myself, I want to get an alliance with the United States. Unfortunately, I can't because I'm at war with France and they're allies with France. There's no way I can demand to break. No, but I'm actually really friendly with most European factions, except for the Islamic, or even like the Ottomans, even quite like me. But as you see here, everyone really likes me, apart from a few factions here and there. So we're going to be taking Norway here today. Obviously taking France as well. Let's quickly have a look at the American theaters at the moment. We're currently pushing to New Orleans, at Lower Louisiana, to push against the French. Now, that's basically what's happening. There are still a couple more territories. Objectives-wise, we still need... Oh, fuck. We need 65 settlements. We currently hold 20. We only need to hold England. So we might need to pick off Texas, maybe some of the Cherokee nations. Obviously, the French have this. So they've got 1, 2, 3, obviously in Europe. India, they have a settlement here. But, interesting enough, the Mughal Empire is incredibly on the back foot. You know all those armies that were scattered around and just sort of raiding me left, right, and centre? Well, the Marathans actually came and ran them down for me. And that's absolutely fantastic. However, they're getting pretty strong, if I do say so myself. I want to be sort of the supreme ruler of India. So the Mughal Empire only have 1, 2 regions. The rest is Afghani, Persian, and whatnot. But nevertheless, I don't think there's much else we can do. We still have... Oh, wow, we're still actually not creating tax. Yeah, it's still not too... stable. It's probably alright there, if I say so myself. I nearly forgot. We're still collecting taxes here and there. As I still have an army there, we're still obviously converting the religion. That's what the main thing is. No, not quite, but we do have a priest nearby. Regardless, we're going to fight against the Norwegians. Nothing against the Norwegians, but yeah, let's see what they've got here. Obviously, they don't have much. Militia, 3 lots of line infantry, just basic militia. They do have a fair amount of cannons, but we will fight this on the field. So, guys, if you are enjoying this Empire Total War Darthmod campaign, please leave a like. I would really much appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't, to keep up to date with this series if you're new around here and you haven't already. Don't be afraid. Charles, King of Sweden, his last words before being killed in battle. Nice way to go, I guess. But once we take out the Norwegians, it's a huge chunk of Scandinavia. It'll be interesting to see. Obviously, Scandinavia has a lot of woodlands, so maybe we'll be able to get some decent... I don't know if there's any resources. Fast track about 3,000 years. Norway will obviously have a huge oil supply. That's why we're going there. Become one of the richest factions, richest countries in the Nordic region. Okay. I'm trying to see how this line battle is going to phase out. I think it's actually the map we played against the Mughals. Or have we played against the Mughals? Maybe I'm being spastic. Maybe it was against the Marathans in my United States campaign. But obviously that town is the border. So I want to make this line actually a lot longer. There's actually a bit of a dip here, so we can't actually deploy any further down there. So, are we actually... No, we're not oh, hang on. Okay, there we are. I will reform this line somewhat. I want to get as up as possible. Right, let's put my heavy cavalry on the flank here. How far can I know? There's no, like, a little bit of a concave sort of thing to the far right, like it says here. Okay. Yeah, for some reason we're allowed to move my infantry a lot more up this way. Right, let's get my artillery. Where should we put them? Where is the high ground? Where's the best place for them? We're obviously in a bit of a dip, just naturally deploying, so I think we should be fine here. And then it dips on that side a bit, if I'm not mistaken. Not too much, but still, I think probably... Here's a pretty good gap, firing up and over, but I think this is probably better off to deploy just here. Probably here, same more. We'll unlimber, but we won't toggle fire at will because I want to get into position quickly. And I'll push my general to the right a bit in this forest area. Alright. Okay, let's see what we're working with. So they've actually pushed their cannons up there. A pretty defensive position that they've all taken up. Very interesting, obviously, the Norwegian flag flying, but they have to fight for their independence. And for some reason I did demand surrender. I probably should have shown it to you guys, but they didn't accept it. They also, for some reason, which I find is stupid, I offered them to become my protectorate. There's actually a ridge here. Okay. There's also these cannons. I was going to say I was going to move the line up, but maybe a direct cavalry charge might be able to break them there. They, like, just run for the cannons because we might actually be able to get there quite quickly. But, like, move up somewhat. Actually, I'll pause. I wonder how quickly we could get there. Just going for a full-on charge at their cavalry. My cavalry's pretty far away on this side. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get there quick enough, even if we do like a direct charge like that. But regardless, get everyone to run. Let's see how they move their lines. They're actually pushing back. So I've actually changed my mind. I wouldn't have thought they would have pushed back like that. We'll move my line infantry up. Right, let's fire at their cannons now. They're taking a fair few of my men out. This guy's a poor bugger. My cavalry can push. What about my cavalry on this side? Yeah, we can actually, like, full on, they're heavy cavalry. That's why they're taking a little bit longer. It would be better if I had light, obviously. But there's a unit here that's going to be caught. We'll get my cannons to fire at the back of their infantry. What are they going to do? They're going to push their cavalry out, or they're just going to let this cavalry charge come in? Unfortunately for the Norwegians, that's not a good thing whatsoever. So we've basically taken out their artillery. Nearly worth sacrificing this. We're going with a full-on charge here against the army units. I would watch it. However, I need to make sure that these guys die. Alright, fall back now. Fall back. Fall back from behind the front line. Move up this way. How's the flank going here? We should be engaging them here. What's on this flank? The Scottish and the foot. Okay, run back, run back. Come on. Alright, how do we go on this side here? Oh wow, there was 500 just in that citizen armoured. We're being attacked here by some provincial cavalry maybe. We should be fine, however. Okay, they're actually attacking me. Head on. Oh no, wait, what? Oh my god. That actually frightened me. They're actually attacking me head on this flank though. I left it too late to go into squared, but I might put it on this side just here. But I'll move my cavalry here. Right. Neutralise them. How is my... Gotta watch out for the spikes there. Okay, let's start. Let's swing this. Oh, it's that fucking ridge there, isn't there? How are we going here? We're still holding it in squared. I was going to say I could push up to this position here. No, we'll just let my cavalry... Oh, watch out for the spikes there, my god. Right, maybe we should hit some of these units from behind. Some of their cannons are still in effect. Yeah, we'll halt my cannons. I don't actually need them overly that much, but they are charging me. Take aim! Okay. Right, let's get this over and done with. Let's push up against them. I want to run down this unit here though. I could even go with a bayonet charge straight over. What is this? Not with the Irish regiment though. Send them into melee. Like I said, let's move up and get this over and done with. Get out of squared formation. And get my cavalry here to come and help. Cavalry coming behind here. Provincial cavalry still trying to run them down mostly. Getting a little bit in the way. You'd think they'd have sort of common sense path fighting, wouldn't you? Somewhat. Right, how did that... Oh, there's a bayonet charge coming in here. Nicely done. Get rid of that artillery there. Push against them. Alright, what's happening here? Bit of a cluster. Oh, wow. Alright. Obviously giving them the command to attack is they just overloop over each other, which isn't the best. Right, how are we going here? There mustn't be many more left now. And there goes the Norwegian independence. I wish you could obviously do like the... Obviously in Napoleon you can actually ask them to become your vassal once you take them. Because I probably would if I could. However... unfortunately you can't. Okay, so there's a unit of citizenry back here. I'm really half tempted to just go into melee just to run them down. Because there's no way that the militia are going to hold up against my swordsmen just to run them down and get them over and done with. Right, what else have we got? There must be... Is there a couple of units? Oh, there we are. Perfect. Heroic victory. Wow, that was a really long quote there. I won't be able to read it all. It's me. It's from Sun Jetsu, the Chinese general and author of The Art of War. There's a really good documentary on YouTube about that, which got greenlit. Yeah, I highly recommend you do. It's really good. Right, victory. John Churchill deployed 8,576 and lost 473 men. That is worth it for the amount of money we're going to be at. But Vladimir Awara deployed 3,531 and lost all those men on the field fighting for Norway's freedom. But regardless, we have taken Norway, which is a decent region, if I do say so myself. It's Protestant as well. How fantastic is that? So we don't have to do overly that much, but hopefully it doesn't tension our relations with Sweden. Now, speaking of Sweden, our trade should go up quite significantly, you would think. But let's have a look here. Obviously, we've got some livestock. What else have we got in Norway? Lumber mill. Like I said, I knew the wood would help us quite a bit. Also got some mines here. Oh, nice. Oh, even got some more mines. There's 2 mines. 2 mines and 2 lumber. That is huge. Well, not really huge, but that will... 2,500. That's pretty good. Just for me, just like, oh yeah, I'm going to go take Norway. So, there is... I'm trying to get the thing out of the way. So, there's Europe. Lot of red. Which is cool. Right, like I said, obviously with territory expansion, all the factions are going to dislike me somewhat. But I'm going to hold here for the time being. I might actually move this unit back though. I'm going to keep this one at Norway. I probably want to recruit like 3 units because it actually is a pretty decent territory. We're going to have to keep public order in check. Now, I want to disembark this back to France. Now, I'm going to do a save. I don't know if you noticed, it got a little bit laggy then. For some reason, there's a bit of a glitch with disembarking units in the channel. My frame rates drop a little bit. I don't know what it is. It actually kept on crashing when I tried to put 3 armies on ships and move it dead across. I couldn't do it directly below England here in Portsmouth. Portsmouth. I had to go over here, but regardless, I'm just trying to see what else we can do this turn. While we're at it, we have a full stack in France, taking Norway. That is, I'm so absolutely rapt about that. Awesome, awesome stuff. All the way up there as well. Let's have a look at diplomacy. See if there's any trade we can get. Genoa. Military alliance. They are allies with Savoy. The enemies with... No, I can't unfortunately give you a military alliance. I am inclined to give you this technology you're asking. Oh. I fear the terms could be better, good sir, but I can agree to your offer. Yeah, sure, okay. I can give you some technologies. These minor factions obviously aren't going to be that much of a a nuisance. It's not like I'm giving a huge faction a technology that they can really use against us. However, they can, obviously, those smaller factions can bargain, give it to other ones, but Russia is a pretty big powerhouse, so it's really quite scary when they've pushed so far over to the west. The Dutch are expanding as well. Okay, well, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching if you watched all the way through. I really do appreciate it. Please leave a like to support this series and my channel. Subscribe if you haven't to keep up to date with the series and if you're new around here. And remember to have a fantastic rest of your day after you've watched the video. Let me know in the comment section down below any constructive criticism to the campaign. Basically from now on we're going to be finishing off the French in all the theatres, rather said, but after that I'm not really too sure. I think yeah, like I said, I'm not really too sure because I was going to push against the Mughals, but they've only got a couple of regions. Americas, actually before I end, I'm just going to have a look. So there's a couple of the Cherokee nations. We're not going to go to war with Spain or the Dutch. The Marathons actually have that island. Interesting. Or the United States. So a couple of Native American factions we could go against. Obviously the Barbary States we're currently at war with. So there's a couple of regions there we could take. Also in India, we probably could actually push up against... What are these regions here? Afghanistan, Mughal Empire, Punjab, Afghanistan. So I guess we could push into the Middle East. What about Persia? What's Persia allied with? The Marathons. Fair enough. We could actually push quite heavily in there. Or we could actually go to war with the Maratha Confederacy, but I feel like... The thing is, I actually don't really like fighting Indian factions because obviously these Hindu warriors just absolutely tear through you, so I'm going to have to find a way if we do go to war. I don't mind. I think if you can secure India, it's a huge economical powerhouse, but I'm really going to have to learn how to deal with them because I've had my biggest, one of my biggest losses against the Marathans in my United States campaign. So maybe I'm going to have to focus on maybe just like a couple of lines of line infantry, then fall them back, and then have my heavy cavalry come in. I don't think I can actually recruit any like actual swordsmen, like some full on, yeah. Like that'd be cool if I could have just like a swordsman ready or like a claymore regiment or something. But regardless, I'm going to end it here now. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been Simpzy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.